I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. And now for a moment of silence.
Go. Hi, and welcome to a special election edition of Hawk TV. I'm Andy Kerpiel.
And I'm Andre Slickage. Today, we are joined by a special guest panel of seniors who are here to answer questions asked by staff and teachers about the upcoming presidential election.
Today I'll be reading the questions posed to us by the staff and faculty. And now let's meet our panel.
I'm Gerardo Chavez.
I'm Ryan D'Souza.
I'm Zoe Meyer.
And I'm Sahil Kambhampati.
This first question is for Zoe and Ryan. What are the issues that matter to your generation?
I guess now that we're seniors in high school, education, the candidate stances on education is very important for us now. How we're going to graduate and then soon go to college, and how the job market's going to look.
I definitely agree, and I also think that how the candidates plan to help us get student loans is really important too, because kids come out of college with way more debt nowadays than in previous, and way more debt from college loans than from anything else. And since it's really hard to get a job right out of college now, that's definitely really important to me, because I want to make sure that I can pay for college and not have to be paying for it for the rest of my life.
This next question is for Gerardo and Sahil. As a teen voter, do you feel the candidates have done a good job addressing issues that matter to you, or do you feel ignored?
Honestly, I've been watching some of the debates, and most of it's a lot about deficit spending and a lot of foreign policy, just a bunch of stuff that's on a national scale, and there's not a whole lot based on the younger voting generation. So I do feel kind of ignored, but in the long run, I'm sure that the next 4 years it will affect me.
Well, yeah, definitely they do focus a lot on the issues that matter to the more to the older populations, because they tend to vote more. Younger generation usually doesn't vote as much, and also whenever a question comes up about colleges or something, they usually use that to segue into talking about the economy and jobs, which really doesn't really apply to us right now when we're just focusing on college and trying to pay for that. So I do kind of feel ignored. I do feel like they try to take the issues that are important to us and then make it more appealing to the older voters.
This question is for Zoe. The decisions that make the most direct impact on your lives will be made by senators, congressmen, and state legislators. Do you feel informed enough on these races to cast an honest vote? If not, will you still vote in these races?
I feel like the presidential election especially is way more focused on than the races of congressmen and senators. So me personally, I do not feel informed well enough to make a very good educated decision based on candidates and their policies. However, I would still vote on these elections, and I would most likely just vote for the candidate that is in the party that I am with.
This question is for Gerardo, and it comes from Mr. Fitzgerald. Would you take $100 to not vote?
Absolutely.
The next question is for Ryan, and it also comes from Mr. Fitzgerald. Knowing that we don't live in a swing state, what makes you vote knowing that your vote probably won't affect the outcome?
It makes it a lot, I guess, less formal, and just knowing you can you can just say that you voted, and you don't really have to. You just know that you don't have to do much research on it to begin with in the first place, and it's a lot less formal, and you know what the outcome's going to be out of your state anyway. So.
The next question is for Sawhill, and it comes from Miss Colum. Most students vote as they were raised in the same political parties as their parents. As a young adult, will you make an effort to seriously look into each candidate? Also, will you vote for who you choose or who your parents are voting for?
I definitely always try to analyze the points of view of my parents and the points of views that I have created. My parents mostly vote Democratic, but I've looked at the Republican candidate, obviously, but also some of the lesser-known parties like the Green Party, the Constitutionalist Party, Libertarian Party, people like Jill Stein, Rocky Anderson, and Gary Johnson. These are presidential candidates that people haven't really heard of, but I've indeed looked at their points of view too. They actually did a debate on YouTube that people might want to go check out because they're not allowed to debate in the televised ones. So I definitely do take a chance to interrogate my points of view and really come up with the ones that I think are in my best interest. And I actually did not vote the way that my parents did this election, so no, I do form my own points of view.
That concludes our discussion with our guest panel.
We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, Amy.
Oh, hey, Amy. I like to meet Betsy. Oh, look. There's a girl from the picture.
So, Amy, what's the color of your bra today?
Yeah, so Amy, there's some guys at work were talking, and they were asking me about when you're going to post your next picture. What's that about?
Don't send even if it's a trend. Stop sexting.
Welcome back. This weekend, 90s video games get a breath of life. Cache Square and Jenna Shepard bring us more.
Wreck-It Ralph. 30 years I've been doing this. It starts to feel hard to love your job when no one else seems to like you for doing it.
Wreck-It Ralph is a video game character who attempts to shed his bad guy image. Ralph sneaks from his home seeking a new environment and finds himself within a combat game that risks the lives of many.
You must love you. I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
Ralph searches for his inner hero while taking on the challenges of the game world. Ralph meets several new characters throughout his journey, throwing curveballs into his path.
Ralph's gone to hero's duty? Get out of this game, buddy! Ralph, you're game jumping?
What's your name?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Why are your hands so freakishly big?
I don't know. Why are you so freakishly annoying?
Wreck-It Ralph has a target audience of young adults who grew up with these characters and also young children.
Yeah, especially with like Pac-Man being in the movie and Nintendo, I think those audiences would really like that movie. Wreck-It Ralph really reminded me of Shrek because, like Shrek is put out to be the bad guy and he's the ogre and he's not like the Prince Charming that Princess Fiona expected him to be. So just like in Wreck-It Ralph, Ralph is the bad guy, and he just wants to be the hometown hero that he wishes he could be. So.
Yeah, I definitely recommend this movie for everyone.
And this has been Entertainment Today with Jenna Shepard.
And I'm Cache Square. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Cache and Jenna. Now let's pass it over to Rachel Walters in the Hawk TV Weather Center.
Thanks, Andres. Looks like it's going to be perfect weather tonight at kickoff with temperatures in the upper 70s. However, both teams will have to adjust to the 15-mile-per-hour winds. Overall, the day will be a cozy high of 85. Now, Devin for current weather.
Hello, Hebron High. I'm Jacob Johnson. And I'm sick and tired of Devin Miller. And it's mostly sunny.
What? It's mostly sunny.
Thanks, Devin. It's going to be a dreary weekend with cloudy skies on Saturday and a high of 78. Girls might want their hair up in a ponytail due to the high humidity and a chance of showers on Sunday. From the Hawk TV Weather Center, I'm Rachel Walters. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Rachel. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, this dress is so cute.
I am so excited for homecoming.
Remember our sophomore year, we had so many good memories.
So much fun.
What are y'all doing?
We're talking about the homecoming dance.
What's homecoming?
Only the most important school event of the year.
Oh, well, I kind of heard some bad rumors about that.
No, we're getting a new DJ this year with better music and better lighting.
Oh, okay, but I'm really not a dancing guy.
Well, we got you, John. At the cafeteria annex, we're going to have games and a whole bunch of prizes. And the best one is they're giving away 2 free prom tickets.
You know what else? We're going to have a photo booth, cotton candy machine, popcorn machine, snow cone machine, all of that.
Oh my gosh. So how much and where do I get it?
It's going to be $25 cash only starting November 1st. But aren't you in student council?
Yeah.
You know, you can get 10 points if you go to the dance.
So 10 points on top of all that. I'll see you there.
All right.
Bye, John.
Bye, John.
Be sure to pick up your homecoming tickets on your assigned date.
Currently, we have one team in playoffs while the other team prepares to enter playoffs. Let's send it over to Jacob Johnson and Corey Camargo for sports.
After volleyball's win against Trinity this past Tuesday, the Hawks are looking for a win this weekend against Cedar Hill to set up a possible rematch with Coppell.
The thing about playoffs is that the first one is always the scariest one for I think both coaches and kids. Got to get the jitters out, but we came out pretty strong, so I was pleased.
I didn't quite expect that big of a win. I expected playoffs to be a lot harder, but we're definitely ready to come out and play just as hard that next game.
If we play like we did tonight and continue to get better, then I think we can go all the way.
Our Lady Hawks will play Cedar Hill tonight at 7 o'clock at Irving MacArthur. If they follow through, they will earn a spot in the regional semifinals.
The Hawks take on Louisville tonight. The Farmers have yet to win a game in district and only have 1 win on the entire season. With a win tonight, the Hawks can clinch a playoff spot.
Pretty confident. We would have to really screw up to lose.
They're a good team, better than they've been in the past, and if we don't play our game, they can definitely surprise us.
3 keys is just third quarter, fourth quarter, you got to win those. Offense has got to do good, and defense has got to do good also.
If our Hawks defeat Louisville tonight, they'll be one step closer to state. From the Hawk TV Sports, I'm Justin John. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Jacob and Corey. I can't wait to see Hebron take on Louisville tonight.
That's it for today's broadcast. I'm Mandy Kerpiel.
And I'm Andre Slukic.
Have a great rest of your day.